too good. It's like when heaven is a place on earth, you just have to enjoy it for a minute, don't you? Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've made it this far into the week. I'm gonna do some setup here while we say our hellos and our welcomes. I'll put my socks on. Maybe go find my shoes. There it is, and that's the one. Turn on some lights if they'll work. Remember, this light is kind of doing weird things. Look, it's doing it. Karen is here. Chubby Hubby is here. Lava Bison is here. Sharon's here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Oh, I might be just a smidge bit late, but I do indeed have my coffee. So we're not missing out on that either. Excuse me. Just one more ruckus here. The Opal guy is here. Welcome, everybody. It's, that's stupid. There we go. Now let me out of here. Okay. Jack's here. Or Caleb or Freeform is here. All right. Yeah, welcome everyone to my living room, to my studio living room. Pull up a chair and sit on the floor. Admission is free, so pay at the door. The cabber formerly known as Jahik. I like that, Chubby Hubby. That works, yeah. Let's make sure I'm muted over here. That's the one. Am I missing anybody this morning? Did I get all of my welcomes and hellos said so far? To a symbol. That might be illegal in the state of California. So we were cutting some stuff on Karen's thing the other night. Plus I cut some other stuff that I don't think I've showed you guys. And I've got some stuff. What? The door is open. You can go outside if you want to. It's nice out. It's beautiful out. And I've got some stuff ready for a sale coming up. So, and there's Jeff. Welcome, Jeff. Happy Wednesday. I want, in the comments, if you're watching this later, or in the chat if you're watching this now, do you guys want a Wednesday sale or a Sunday sale? Or do you want a split sale, Wednesday and Sunday? That way, I just want to know what works for everybody and how to make that most available for everybody. There's a ukulele back there? There is, yeah. I'm just waiting for you to come visit, Karen. Wow, 81 degrees where Jeff is at right now. I can't even imagine what 81 feels like. Like, I think I might melt. Split would help folks who work all week. Sure, I kind of figured maybe that would be helpful for some. And welcome, 75 where Sharon's at. You guys, spoiled. Spoiled. 70, then where Ma's at. And Karen's on her way now. Yeah, welcome. Come on over. James, did I say hello to you? Is this your first stop in here this morning or this afternoon? The Rice Mountain Mineral Museum. You probably should at least take some pictures and video and share that with us if you don't mind. 48 here is the new 70. Exactly, Chubby Hubby. I'm like thinking, man, we might get close to like 50 today, which is, like I say, I get the door open. I'm like, yay! The dog can go in and out however she wants, you know. I mean, that's dang nice. So, welcome, Julie. So yeah, we're gonna look at some stuff that I cut. We're gonna look at some stuff that I'm getting ready to have in the sale, and we'll get more definite on what days and times very soon. But I'm thinking maybe this Sunday and this following Wednesday. So kind of stay tuned and watch for details on that. But like I say, I did cut some stuff too that I want to show you guys. Roger, welcome. Yeah, if you're in the lower parts of the pasture right now, you definitely got muddy paws. Definitely. Oh, it's nice though. It's beautiful. All right, let me find my shoes real quick. Get my shoes on. Get my ducks in a line, and I've got more questions and more things to show you. My hair is just soaking wet. Probably put it up. It's driving me crazy. It's making my tushy wet. Making my backside a little damp. Awesome, awesome. Just one more rock says he's checking in with the curator at the museum to see if they want his huge quartz boulder after he weighs it. Jennifer's here. She is. Jennifer, welcome. Oh, my hair. It is just so wet. I'm having a hard time getting it off the back of my neck. There we go. It's hard work. It's really hard work. It's just so wet. What? I might have heard something. Did I hear something about that? No, maybe not. Maybe it was a different place. Why do people gotta be like that? Choose to be kind. Don't steal the museum's gold specimens, please. They're there for all to enjoy and for education. Leave them there. There, that's kind of better. 3 saws going in the shop, and Roger can barely hear us. Yeah, it's a great day to just, you know, open some doors and windows and play with rocks. Absolutely wonderful day for it. Yeah, I do have long hair. I should probably consider doing something with it sooner or later. I just am. I'm like, why go get it cut? That seems like a waste of time and money. Yeah, I better use my sign language so that Roger can hear us better. This is the best sign language I know, man. That's kind of universal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn us around so we can see some of the stuff that I just recently cut. One of them's like I don't know what this is, a granite or something, and half of it's still down in the dry box and unwashed, but I do have a couple pieces of it here we can look at. I started to cut this one on Karen's the other night and haven't finished it yet, but it's in the saw, and so we'll look at the 2 pieces that came off of that, and we'll try to have a peek in the saw. It's the lighting in there is atrocious, and it's really hard to see anything. And it looks crazy. Julie, I love when my hair looks crazy and other people's hair look crazy. I kind of like that about a person. Like, who's that dude on Facebook, like Rodney Newman or whatever, and you know, everything's gonna be all right and stuff and all right, okay? That guy, his hair is always nuts, and I love that. I do adore it. And Bear is here? Did I see the bear? Oh, he is. Yeah, do sneak in and take a seat in the back. We don't mind. It's fine. Great. Yeah, pull up a chair and make yourself comfortable. Make sure you've got something to hug in your mug, and yeah, let's dive right into this. We've looked at me long enough, I think. I want to wear a hat now, but it'll grow back fast, she says. There is always that option too, like you know, a cute little hat. All right, let's do the things for the things and the things and the things. Here we go. I need to get one of these that like holds my phone magnetic. That would be fun. Okay. The first one that I cut, like I say, it's a local rock, and what is it, like some kind of granite or something. It's, you know, super not unique or special in any way. But it was fun. It was really fun to see the colors progress. Gosh, I can't get rid of that frog in my throat this morning, and I do apologize. It started out more of the black and the blue colors. And then, like I say, as I progressed through, it turned more into these peaches and reds and, you know, that sort of thing. You can see how these two they were buddies, you know, like bookends. And then, like I say, it just got redder and redder and peachier and peachier. And of course, they're pretty this way, but you always got to wet stuff, right, to see how really pretty it is, or polish it. Yeah, local, not loco. One more rock. Although it might be loco. It might be a little cray-cray. This black, whatever it is that runs through here, I actually cut this the way that I did because there was a spot on this rock that was kind of cool. Oh. Like I say, these are still covered in oil. But like, and it was so fun, like I say too, to watch that pink and orange progress in this rock. Yeah, just about the right size for a belt buckle. I agree. But the reason why I cut it the way I did is because this little pocket here, when it's not all covered in saw oil, does like a little like botryoidal druzy looking thing. It's still not in focus, sorry. This pocket here, gross. This one here. And so I was like, if I, you know, I'll keep this end as a little specimen because it is kind of funky and fun. But yeah, really pretty. And then the next one that I cut was not as colorful, but interesting. And you guys got to watch me do that with Karen the other night. And so here's the first end cut. And the next one. Oh, Chris is live. Yeah, you're right, Ma. Excuse me. No, I could be confused. Thank you for being the other half of my brain. Sometimes I truly do need you. And she's telling James what he did too, even though James forgot what he did. Ma, I don't know how you get anything done for you when you're being the other half of all of us. Of Swiss coffee. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it almost made my saw oil a little bit purple. I know that kind of purple hue doesn't really show up. It looks more like black and gray, but it is more like the background's really quite a gray color, but it's almost like a dark mauve line in there, and it kind of shows up black on my. I wonder if a white background would show better. I haven't had a white background in a minute. Let's see. Just grab a piece of computer paper really quick. I don't think so. I think that just further washes it out. And Roger says it looks like flint that he has cut. It could be. It definitely could be. It's hard. It gave my saw a bit of a workout for some parts, you know. Sometimes, like these littler ones, it kind of zipped right through, but some of these got mahoosive before I got done, which was great. You know, it's always fun to cut a great big, and I cut them nice and thick, so they're appropriate for whatever kind of hobby jobby you want to do with them. Hey, son.
Howdy.
And again, this is a rock that I got at the... God, I cannot get that. Let me swallow some coffee and see if I can get that gone. This is a rock that I got at the auction up in Canada. And so I really don't know where it came from or what it is. Thanks, James. Yeah, I just cut some random stuff. I'm gonna get that off my laptop. Sorry, I put a little spritz of water right up on the mouse on my keypad up there. I didn't think needed to be there. Look how big that thing is. That's a beautiful slab. That's a great big beautiful chunk.
This pastrami's from Monday night, yeah?
Yeah, you can have some of that. Grab some cheese or something and roll it up and make a little
That's what I'm doing.
a little charcuterie or whatever.
I already have cheese.
Thanks, Wild, and welcome.
You're gonna love this, aren't you?
And we're looking at some stuff that I cut, and we're talking about an upcoming sale. I have, excuse me, haven't firmly decided on the days yet, but I'm thinking maybe this Sunday and this Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. And so yeah, we're just looking at some stuff that I've cut through the week. So first of all, like, what have I been up to? And then if you've got a, you know, time or a day that sale would be, you know, super work for you, or, you know, like if, dang, you know, this doesn't work, let me know. I can't obviously get everybody's schedules included, but I'd like to, you know, not miss somebody who's here on the regular. If I can do something to you know, run it an hour later or an hour earlier or something, you know, let me know. Also, my next question, and even I want to ask this even before I show you guys what I got just a little bit of stuff for preview for what we're gonna have in the sale. But before I even show that, or before I even utter what I have planned to show, I'd like, I cannot get the frog gun, I'm sorry. I'd like for you guys to go ahead and leave in the comments or the chat, whichever it is that you can participate in, if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see. If there's anything in particular that you would love to see in the sale, go ahead and start pondering on that and drop it anytime. You know, just caption it, would like to see in the sale fossils, or would like to see in the sale petwoods, would like to see in the sale, you know, whatever. Slabs says Jahik. Gotcha. See, and I'm gonna make a list and make sure that I'm gonna get some of that stuff covered. Slabs, I've got just a few, but you know what? You want to see slabs? I'll make sure I get a few more in there. I may or may not already have some that are polished and ready to go. James wants slabs too. And then I have some rough stuff too. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of that for everybody. But yeah, definitely slabs and rough. Okay. We like it rough. We like it slabby too. And we got one more rock to look at while you guys throw your comments in. Actually, I got the end cut of this too. There you can kind of see how purple it is. Like why the outside has more of a purple kind of tone to it than the inside. I don't know. The inside kind of does look more gray-black, but I'll be missing if I have a Sunday sale this. Okay, so Wild will be more available on Wednesday than on Sunday. Wild, I know you've said a thing or two once or twice about some pet woods, and if I'm not mistaken, they were kind of bigger pieces. I don't know if I'll offer that for everybody, but if you're still interested in looking at a couple of those, yeah, I kind of thought so. Maybe I'll just, you know, accommodate and be able to get you a box started with one or two of those. Just maybe even surprise you or something. So I do already have some pet woods picked out, but if I'm not mistaken, you've kind of made comment before that you would be interested in some of those bigger pieces. So all right, so there's the ender there. Okay, but one more rock before we go look at some of the preview stuff. Yeah, definitely Wild. I did put this rock in the saw last night on Rufo's. Let's get that right, on Rufo's Live. It's a rough crowd, for sure, but bump. And I actually thought that it might be like a failed geode. This was one piece too. Let's see, how did it go together? It broke when it came out of the... there? No, not quite. Yeah, no. Oh, look. It was like that. One big piece, but... Anyway, so like I say, I kind of feel like this might have been like geode material at some time, but it just didn't ever make a geode. But I could be super wrong. You guys could take one look at it and be like, yo, I'm familiar with that. That's blah, blah, blah. But again, this is a auction rock, so I don't have any provenance on it. But it's got some pretty things happening. That are going to be super fun to see as we get in here. That's okay, Wild. It's there for your rewatching or enjoying if you get time or choose to do that. It's all right. We had fun without you. Don't worry. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's kind of different. I liked it. I thought it would be fun to play with, right? So I threw it in the saw, and we'll have to check it out. Yeah, we'll see what it does. It does kind of look a little mossy. And you can hear it's some hard stuff. Bob's welcome. Pull up a chair, make yourself cozy. And I'll grab the flashlight because it actually kind of does help. There we go. And here it is in the saw. So it looks, there's some caliche on this side, but if you can look past that, the scuzz, the caliche scuzz, it looks like this rock is going to turn kind of a pink color as it goes back. Sorry, the sun and the light in here are always a really big fight for me. Even if it's dark in here. We can't see in the saw. It looks like it's got like a opal-y sort of thing happening, an agate-y sort of, I don't know. It's hard. See, it looks like it wants to kind of pull some reds as we move along there. So we'll see what happens. It looks like it's probably going to keep cracking across the middle there where that other one did, at least for another minute. And that's okay. That just gives me 2 for the price of 1. I don't care if it cracks. If it crumbles, that's one thing, but cracking across the middle is not a, huge, big concern. But yeah, we will be opening the window over there, cranking up some tunes and cutting that later this afternoon. And if you'll give me just a second. Yeah, it might make pretty cabs, or even, you know what, just some pretty tumbled pieces, maybe even. So, does us no good as some big chunk sitting down in the collection box down there. So I thought I'd start running some of that stuff through. That maybe, excuse me, I've got a hair up my shirt. That maybe wouldn't be our first choice, but you never know. Like, some of those ugly ducklings, or that you think are ugly ducklings, are stunners. So that, and we want some slabs and rough, then I might need to cut some, huh? Give me just a second. I need to go fill my cup up and grab some stuff so I can show you guys what I've kind of got going and kind of how I envision this next sale kind of working, and what you guys can expect to see and that kind of thing. That way we're not going into a completely crazy wild blind. Do you want some eggs, baby?
No, fine.
Okay. You can make eggs in the microwave in like 60 seconds. Look out. Okay, so I feel like it's time to like spring clean. I don't know if everybody gets that like cabin fever thing at the end of the winter, and after you've been confined in your, walls, when you're like, my filth is everywhere. It's in the corners, it's in the cracks, it's in the grooves. It's time to clean. Losing rocks. Okay.
Peace.
Okay. So sometimes it feels good to just like clean out a little bit and have a fresh start, right? It's spring cleaning time. We'll see if that wins out from the rocks, though. Might have to wait another year, says Karen. So, for example, I know I just stuffed all of these in here, but I'm gonna pull them all back out and we'll look at them in just a second. This basket, I keep my tumbled rocks in, and I took, I pulled another basket like this of tumbled out and took down to the Emporium at my mother-in-law's store. Look how disgusting it is in the bottom of that basket. That's horrible. It's time to clean that out a little bit. Like, and how great to actually see the bottom of this for, you know, I want a fresh start in here. I want to start brand new, right? So I kind of bagged and tagged a bunch of the tumbled stuff. And because I just want a fresh start, then, like, you know, like normally some of the rocks, you know, I would price at, you know, 75 cents to $1 so that you're making back your time and your grit and things like that. I think that's kind of common, but I'm going for more like 25 and 50 cents a rock. I just want them gone. So, I've got, you know, mixed bags of polished stuff, and they're pre-bagged, pre-tagged. Okay, good luck, James. Keep us posted. You know, there's some good ones in there. And then, so that's tumbled stuff. Here was a bunch of like smaller pieces. So you're getting, you know, more volume, you know, more number of rocks. Here's some super small ones. It came out at the bottom there. So if that's what you're into, is some littles. This one's got some fancy ones in it. So little, you know, grab bags, little mystery bags. Petwoods, tumbled petwoods. I've got a few bags of those mixed up, ready to go. I may pull some rough pets and things like that, some rough tumble stuff even. I don't know if that's the kind of rough you guys are interested in. That almost went in my drink. So we'll lay those out come sale day. And probably do a, you know, I'll put 3 or 4 out at a time, and the first guy who says they want, you know, C or B or A or whatever. Here's some of the tumbled stuff, the vibratory tumbler stuff that Joseph did. Haven't priced these yet, but I did put some little baggies together. Some of the sodalites and that mossy stuff that he picked up from the rock shed or wherever it was he picked that up at. Down into some more like, you know, half and halves. So we've got some of those that are ready, mostly ready. And some of this stuff I might not price. I might just run auction style. I put together out of the Joseph's stuff that he put through his polisher, some AZMT combo bags. So you'll get, and these are all polished, like I say, they're beautiful. So this has got a petwood and 2 Montana agates, and then an AZ piece, one of their blues and one of their pieces. Another AZMT combo bag, a blue from AZ and a red from AZ, and 3 Montana agates. A nice AZ cab with some beautiful bots and some live edges. Well, cab, whatever you want to call it, slab. A piece of blue and a couple of Montana agates. Is that all of those? Did I show you all of those? Yeah, that might be about that. So some AZMT combo bags. Excuse me. I really can't get that frog gone. So a lot of this stuff, like if I can have it bagged and ready, I'm sorry that doesn't give you the best view of the rocks, you know, and like I say, some of these we may slow down on. We may take them out and look at them individually. We may just like grab and go. Jesse, how's it going? Travel, work, play. I do have some like specific auction pieces pulled out. Some beautiful Montana agate. I know, Bison. I kept some for me too. I just didn't keep all of it. Here's a beautiful dendritic Montana. It's looking at my face. I know you guys are gonna crap your pants over this last one, so just hang on. And you ready? Ready? Yeah, you do, don't you, Bear? Of course, the famous water line that everybody was absolutely in love with when I cut the other day. Jennifer's like, don't look, don't look. It took a great polish. Such a pretty piece. There are some little, just in case you need to know this for the sale day, there are some little bits and pieces of that, some smaller pieces, right? But in one of these sale bags, there it is. This is an AZ MT combo bag, so there's some Montana agate in there, but look, there's little bits of the water line that broke in the polisher that are in there. And then some more little bits of like AZ stuff. So, and some of their blues and some, yeah, just there's some more of that water line in there. You can see it right there. So there's a lot to grab up, and they're great little baggies. I know you love the little bits. And hopefully everything is kind of priced to go, because it's time to start fresh and clean out some of this stuff. Like, I can keep all of this for me and keep all of this for me, but pretty soon, hi Josh, welcome. But pretty soon, like, my oldest one said one time that if we ever got rid of all of the rocks in this house, that the floorboards would boyoing us, or boyoing us. I can't remember what term he used, out into outer space. And so, gosh, we'd hate to see something like that happen. So maybe if I offload just a few here and there, you know, every spring, you know. Maybe that'll keep us from boing out into outer space. Well, and I found some boxes in my closet as I was going through stuff the other day too. And I was like, boy, you know, some of this stuff I've worked and stuff, but man, it's like old work. And it's like, that was the best job that I could do with the equipment and the material that I had. But I look back at it now and I'm like, oh, good golly, like, so, you know, it's time to move some of that along down the road, so that I'm not just hanging on to pounds of stuff that I don't necessarily need to have. So, and trust me, I don't tumble and tumble and tumble and tumble and tumble just for me. I'm gonna do the same thing that like these little baggies are. I only keep, you know, a handful of my very favorite ones out of each load, or just a couple out of each load. And so that in the end, ultimately, I have just a small collection. In fact, it's sitting right there on the piano. A small collection of tumbled stuff that I keep for me. I'm not wearing any makeup today. It's driving me nuts on the camera, by the way. I mean, I'm over it, but I look at me and I'm like, some mascara, but you know what? I didn't. I could. It'd take me about 2 seconds. Well, that one's about gone. Yes, that actually did help quite a bit. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not so vain that I'm like, oh, you can't see me. I don't have my face on. We've been counting tonnage. What is this, pounds? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, lots of good stuff. And again, if there's anything in particular you'd like to see that you didn't just see me go through, again, I do have, and they're just not bagged and tagged yet is all. That's the only reason why I didn't just show them just now. And I haven't gone through these yet and decided what I'm keeping and what I'm about to get rid of. I've got a neat little box full of some polished pieces here, but it's overflowing. So some of it's AZRE. It's a cute little piece. Do it now, she says. There's some more AZ stuff. So you can see kind of how wildly different some of their stuff can be from one spot in the claim to the next. This is also AZ. This is also AZ. Chubby yubby. Yeah, right? I'm on my way to living my best life. I've got a big house full of big rocks. Love that. So yeah, so far mostly just some AZ stuff here. And it's absolutely beautiful, you know? I mean, you'd score to get any one of those pieces, wouldn't you? I do have some other stuff though, like here's a Montana Petwood. And of course the backlight on that is stunning. My flashlight's dying hardcore, but you get the picture. That's super weird. What do I see in there? Why does it look like there's a face in there? Where is that coming from? My computer? It's freaking me out. What else is in here? Here's a Montana. That might be some like graveyard or something. I can't remember. Soul might have sent that to me. What else is in here? Here's some pink. Focus. Again, everything's been ran through the tumbler or the Vibe or something in some way. So these are all, you know, finished pieces. There's another piece of Montana. I'll read it out loud for you just in case he misses the comment and he can at least hear it if he's watching the playback. Bear says, I still can't believe that Rufo just yeeted that big old crazy red jammy goodness in Arizona on their way back to the truck. At Rufotress, Rooted Rockhound, I hope you're still here and reading this. Here's a little Petwood. Kind of a funky little piece. Here's another piece of that other, like, the same stuff. Like, definitely, right? However it neighbors up. Those are pretty, though. I like those. Yeah, so like I say, I haven't really gone through these yet and decided what a girl... Like, I think I'll probably keep that one. I don't think I'm done with that one yet. What a girl keeps and what a girl parts with here, but this thing is definitely overflowing. There's a Montana, and it's time to let a little bit of this go. There's a Montana. There's a Montana. Here's some AZ. It's kind of blurple. There's a Montana that I was hoping would maybe do some, and it might be doing some fun things with the light. Here's a Montana. Perfect little piece for a wire wrap. Here's some local stuff. This is a rock I found. And I do believe we talked about cutting the big one the other day. You know, the big one. If you missed it, I think it'll probably be quite similar in the end. You think you know a guy, and then bam, he eats a rock. Here's a little polished Montana piece. It's looking at my face. There we go. Here's a pet wood. You know, some of these are nicer than others, obviously, but it depends on what your taste is for what your project is, for what your, you know, this stuff was wild. So dark red and stuff. And then the little druzy pockets, the little fort bands and stuff in this. This was super weird stuff. You want something that's just a little different. There's something different from the others. Yeah. So we do have some, like, you know, finished slabs and pieces and things like that to maybe bag and put up to, or, you know, running, you know, maybe I'll pick one of each and I'll do, again, like an AZ MT combo. And we'll, you know, just do this as a lot and run an auction on it. Or, you know, grab two more, you know. Here's these two. We'll run an auction on these two, you know, or so, you know, something like that. So, but again, I've just kind of got to start going through some of the shelves and the boxes and the things that are under the bed and the things that are in my closet and the, you know, the dusty bottoms of the, you know, barrels and things. It's just nice to get some of that cleaned up every once in a while and get it moved around a little. Again, like we were talking about on now this one actually might have been on Karen's the other night when I was like, it's kind of nice to, like, off to your new home, and you're like so proud of it. You're like, oh, you're gonna make somebody's day. You're gonna seriously make somebody happy. And you know, certainly they've made me happy as I've got to watch them come from, you know, rough cuts off my, you know, maybe even whole rough rocks to cuts off the saw to polished little, gosh, that's pretty, that little flamage at the end. It's been, you know, they've brought me tons of pleasure, but it's time for them to find new homes and do the same thing for somebody new. And then so that I can rinse and repeat, I can start all over again with even more pretty rocks. So, let's see, you belong in there. I can't get them all in here anymore, you guys. It's time to thin them out. It's time to thin them out. I cannot justify going rock counting and bringing more home when I have so many I still could share with everyone. So, and I'm a hound, like I'm a big time hound. I would rather almost be a hounding than doing some of the work, you know, the cutting, the polishing, you know, that sort of thing. Whoops, look, there's a whole pile of them that didn't get back in the box. Get back in the box. You belong in, you don't fit. There, they fit. It's hard to say goodbye, but yet then again, it's not. Like I say, For every rock that I thought was the most pretty, most, you know, awesome, there's a couple exceptions. There are a couple that, like, as I look up at my personal loves up here, there's a couple that have not been replaced yet and have held their place on the shelf for quite a while. And then there's other stuff that, you know, at one point in time, might even put this in too. It's finished and ready to go. But yeah, not tumbled, but polished. But for every one of these that I think that's dang near the nicest thing I've ever cut and polished and seen or had in my possession, the next thing you know, there's a new rock comes rolling down the hill and hits me upside the head, and I'm like, okie dokie, I'm in love with this now, and this can, you know. You guys are funny. Yay. So yeah, let them just keep rolling, right? Like it's time to let them roll on. I've got plenty more stuff to work with. You know, as I sit here and look at this amazing pet wood that I cut the other day, like that needs polished, and like, oh my gosh. And I do believe that when I send my next package out to Ma, that I might have to send her a piece or two of this. So when I look at stuff like that, and that was a diamond in the rough. That was an ugly duckling on the outside to a, you know, I had no idea and would not have known if I hadn't cut it, you know? So it's good to be able to do a little bit of a turnover. Yeah, Ma, I think I'm supposed to send you a piece of this beautiful pet wood that I found and cut out here on the prairie. I think I might have heard you say you'd like to make us sister cabs out of that. And I got 2 slices. One for each of us. So there's tons. There's so much stuff and tons of stuff. And like I say, what 3 or 4 years ago might have been my favorite piece might not be, you know, in another 3 or 4 years. So, but it might be somebody else's favorite piece for the next 3 or 4 years, you know? So it's just, I'm excited. Yes, it's sometimes hard to be like, oh, but, you know, oh, I could keep this forever. I really could. But, man, I don't have room to display it. I don't have the spot to put it up and give it the admiration that it probably deserves and could get, you know, someplace else. So somebody's doing the hearts. Thanks, somebody. Hammer those hearts. Yeah, there's like a, you know, couple different things here that are quite wonderful, really. So we'll scrape up together some slabs and rough, you know, some stuff. I do have some. A lot of times it hits the tumbler and things like that before, you know, it has even a chance to pile up. But I do have some slabs and rough. Here's a rough slab. And it's beautiful stuff when it's polished. Here's a pet wood. I might have to put that one through the vibe. That'd be awful pretty polished as a whole specimen. Here's a pet wood piece. Here's a little like total quartzy, agate quartzy core. Might just give that away. I don't even know if you could cab that. Here's some AZ stuff, some rough AZ stuff. Here's some like graveyard or something. Another pet wood. Bear. So I I do have a small selection, and that was just what's within arm's reach. If I went and did some rutting around through some boxes and baskets, I know I'd find some more. Also, I have some as far as like rough stuff goes. If you're interested in doing your own cutting, I've got some really neat ends and things that I might be able to, if that's what you're interested in, put in as well. Like, here is that big chunk of pet wood that last slab came off of. You know, do you want me to cut that up before the sale, guys? Or agate or whatever it is. It might not be pet wood. Here's another chunk that I've pulled some tumbled material off of before. For this little guy? No, don't worry about it. Only Hyundai's ending in Y. So I do have, like, I could go cut any of these, you know, if it's like, nah, dude, we'd rather have, you know, slabs and stuff, slabs and rough. So, but yeah, we'll try to do that. The tumbler does make them smaller, so they fit better. That's true. I'm literally shrinking my collection and dumping some of it out in the yard every once in a while. Always chanting, cut, cut, cut. Yeah, everybody is kind of, you know, I do kind of hear that low murmur in the background at a constant dull level. Sometimes the volume comes way up. Oh, yeah, Ma, whenever, whatever. Or maybe I'll just trade you know, you trade me some work. Something like that. We're okay. We're okay. Thanks, Ma, for checking though. Trust me, if I was like, hey, I need it, I'd be like, excuse me? You did it? Oh, you turkey. See what I mean? Oh, same. 12-pound tumblers getting worked hard. Way to go, Wild. It's just not the same beast. When you get a rock out of the tumbler, it's on another, that one didn't want to be on camera. It's just on another level, right? Like, yes, you could see that rock was pretty before, but you can see so much more how pretty it is when it comes out of the tumbler. Like, oh God, they're just, every one of them is stunning. Even just these little caramely looking bits, you know, they're pretty. Oh, this big one. Look at this big one. Oh, look at that one. Shush, shush, Speckly. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And the rock eating continues. Yes. You think you know a person, and then they just go yeet a piece of polished pet wood onto their laptop. Got a couple of like longer pieces. They always make the nicest noises, don't they? Here's a great big old chunky one. It's pretty. Again, they're pretty when you grab them. Joseph, welcome. They're pretty when you grab them out of the field, but they're even prettier after you've ran them through the polisher or done something with them. Cut them, cabbed them, slabbed them. You know, all of those great, wonderful things that we do to our rocks. They love it. They love to be cut and polished and shaked. By the way, the ultrasonic is like a spa for rocks. They love to go in there. They love it. Cheers to that, guys. So yeah, 1 week from today we'll get started, and maybe this Sunday, maybe the following Sunday. We'll see what all is kind of how it feels. And like I said, I'll let you guys know, but do keep your eyes out for some days and some sales. Oh, jewelry too. We got jewelry too, by the way. Necklaces out the Thank you, Lava. And he's telling everybody, you know, if you're going to go to work today, to go ahead and leave Prairie Girl Rocks on for your pets, and tell your friends and your friends tell your friends and your friends tell your friends' friends to go do all the things, the likes, the comments, and the subscribers. And you took my saw blade, Bison, so I'll have to shake the lemon. Oh, I'm glad you didn't let the live end without a good lemon shaking. We needed that in our world. Yes, and someone out there's hammering the hearts too. You guys rock. You guys are the best. I'm so glad you're here today. Oh, like I say, it's not quite as unlovely outside as it was last time. Oh, Josh, thank you. Yes. Shake your lemon, everybody. Oh, yes. And some folks we know. Look at that. Yeah, Wild says thank you, since she's even here and received her gifted membership live. Yeah, thank you, Tomcat and Lava. You boys are the bestest. Right? Welcome to the Prairie Pebbles. Thanks for joining the community. He took your saw blade. You've created a monster. And welcome Rock and Wheelers, who did the subscribe thing too. Thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate having you guys. As you know, welcome to my living room. Come on in, pull up a chair, sit on the floor. Admission is free, so pay at the door. It's a kind of a goofy place to hang, but hopefully it's pretty feel good and rock centered. So what more could you ask for? And coffee. You get your brown water? Awesome. Very good. Very much so. Whoever said you caught some good ones there. Very much so. That was a good one. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And yes, coffee. Very much important. Very much important. So yeah, lots of exciting things coming up. Like I say, if I can kind of make some room for some new stuff, that's wonderful too. Guys, still somebody's doing the hearts. I love it. It makes my day. It makes me smile so much. Yeah, that keeps me, you know, kind of in a forward motion. And like I say, I was appalled when I got down to the bottom of that basket and there was like wood shavings and dust and, you know, things hanging out in there. Like, no. That's a tiny little moth wing. Like we gotta do better than that. You did it again, Josh? Yes. No, it's just Josh has been a member for 6 months. That's incredible. I think you might be one of my OG members there, Josh. It feels like maybe it was only about that long ago that I set that up. So thank you very much. And then you guys don't forget too that the Prairie Girl Rocks merch store is open and you can get your Choose to Be Kind mugs there, or t-shirts, or whatever it is that your little heart desires. So if you've got, you know, just a couple extra tax refund bucks in your pocket and you're like, what could I do for myself? You could buy a vessel, a Prairie Girl Rocks Choose to Be Kind vessel to put your brown bitter bean water in. Or whatever. So yeah, just a quick reminder that's there. Yeah, I think that's about all I know for today. Like I say, just kind of keep your eyes open in the community, or for announcements coming up soon, or for, you know, check, you know, when if you see a notification coming up and it doesn't seem like it's quite the right time or place for me, that might be a notification that there's a saw. I just read Ryan's last I saw. If it doesn't seem quite the right time or place, it might be a sale notification. So you might want to, you know, if you're busy at the moment, circle back and check it. Last I saw shirts were being printed. God, I can't even say that. Wild, that would be wonderful. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to Wild's channel, please do that. We would like to see her going live. It's an altogether different beast, Wild, and it's so cool to be able to like physically hang with your community. It's nice to be able to chat and type and, you know, hang with the other community members in all of the other chats and things, or even as you're doing a video or a premiere or comment. That's great communication and engagement, but it's just not quite the same as getting to see somebody's face or hearing them talk and interact and all of that stuff. Thank you, Bear, and thank you, Chubby. So yeah, you guys be sure you're doing all those things that we do. Ryan does some videos too. If you haven't went and checked out Ryan's stuff, be sure to do that. Yeah, so I mean, there's the usual suspects. There's Karen, there's AZ, there's, you know, J and B. We're kind of, you know, out there, I think, you know, kind of in your face a little sometimes, but then there's some of these kind of more quiet channels like Ryan and Wild, and, you know, just because they're too humble to be as loud as me doesn't mean they shouldn't get the shares and the likes and the, you know. So let's be sure to get them there so that they can try it too. Yes, thank you guys. It is a wonderful community, Wild. Very wonderful. Just all kinds of different, I mean, literally, there's agates in the group, there's jaspers in the group, there's you know, morganites, there's tourmalines and topazes, and you know, there's just every color, size, shape, and hardness and softness of rock is in this group in some way, shape, or form is represented, right? Each one of us is just as absolutely unique as the last rock we've went and found. And there's some basalts. There's some basalty bisons. Yes, ba-dum-bump. Oh, and then there's rock jokes like that. Oh. Yeah, see, right? I actually think I did see one. I commented on one of Wild's videos the other day. She was asking if she should cut a big coral, and I was like, well, now you got me curious. I want to see what's inside. So, yeah, now you guys have heard it. You've heard it, and you've shared the link. Be sure to go sub, and yeah, let's see what Wild gets up to. Very exciting stuff. I'm gonna cut it on a warmer day. Perfectly acceptable. Oh, perfectly acceptable. And somebody's doing the hearts. Oh, I love the hearts. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys know of anybody who, you know, maybe is just getting started, maybe, you know, isn't closing in on 1,000 subscribers, or, you know, doesn't have that huge following, if you guys know somebody who's out there trying to get a good start like that, you know, and just, you know, chugging along at a couple hundred, or almost, you know, almost enough to go live, things like that, if that's a goal of Wild's, let's help meet it. It's free. It's free for us all to just go hit that little button and help her meet her goal. So let's do that. Spread the word around. If you're in one of those other chats that lets people share links, share out Wild's link. So, and Josh just did it too. He just subscribed. Yes, you guys rock. You guys rock. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So if you think of anything later, you know, like for example, would you guys be interested in buying little baggies or bottles of the rubies, or the garnets? I mean, rubies, good God, the garnets. Um, you know, is that something everybody would be interested in? So if you think about it later, you know, you're going on along about your day and it just like smacks you and you're like, wow, I would like to see, I would. Okay, garnets, got it. If it just smacks you upside the head and you're like, you remember that like a year ago when she was showing that fossil thing with all of the what are the little squids, guys? Brachiopods in it. I'd sure like her to circle back around to that. Does she have any more of that fossil stuff left? You know, if it just hits you and you're like, maybe I'd like to see that. Go ahead and leave it in the chat or message me or anything like that. And welcome, Minty, by the way. And yeah, she's saying thanks to Josh for the subscription there. Thank you, Josh. Yes, by the way. I'm going to say, yes, says Bear. Awesome. Thank you, Roger. Yes, you guys are the best. Like I say, that's free. Boom. Easy. Easy peasy. And we can help her reach her goal. So, and we get something out of it too. We get to see her, what she's doing. Guess what, guys? Some of you who say you didn't know that Wild was making videos, she's got some cool stuff going on. You're going to be glad you hit that button. So, all right, Joseph and wife, thank you so much for stopping in for all the funds. On this beautiful day out here on the prairie. Thank you so much for making yourself at home and hanging out for a minute. I want to put that in wood. Put that in wood. What are we putting in wood? Put it in wood. What are we putting in wood? Oh, I'm not telling you you're a coprolite, but even if you were, you'd be my favorite coprolite. That is something that my rock collection is a little shy on, is confirmed bona fide coprolites. I would like to have a piece so I could check that out, study it more, and get to know it better. So if you're a coprolite, man, I might need to put you under my microscope and examine you. Yes, and by the way, congratulations to J&V Rock Counting on 1,000. You guys, he just reached his goal. Cheers to that. Boom! Like, congratulations, J&V. And Vicky's working on her goal too, by the way. If you haven't went and checked out Vicky's shorts, and then like Handmade Creations by Vicky, where she's doing some stuff too. Again, simple, boop, helps her reach her goal. So yeah, congratulations one more time to J&V Rock Hounding. And thanks for the shout out on the coprolite there. If anybody has got a good piece of they'd like me to take a look at, I'd sure like to take a closer look at it. Yeah, congratulations. I see the little party emoji going on now. I love that. You guys rock. Yes. But that's just like old news. Now that J&V hit 1,000, we got to get wild to go live. Thank you, Josh, for sharing out the Minty Cactus channel there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Josh, too, you guys. He's maybe not making videos and doing stuff now, but when he is out and about and doing stuff and meeting people and doing things, like, you want to have your thumb up on Josh's channel, too, so that you can check that stuff out as he's doing it. He's a cool cat. He's a cool character, that Josh is. Yeah, and he gets up to some really, really grand adventures from time to time, so. Yeah, way to be awesome, you guys. Way to spread the love. And in a world where you can choose to be anything, way to choose to be kind, you guys. Heck yeah. The 50 is only on the mobile thing. Really? Well, but that's kind of inconvenient, isn't it? Don't you kind of want to be able to put your phone and be able to, I mean, either way. And if you're not subscribed to Ryan, check Ryan out too, because he is absolute fountain of information and cool techniques and tricks and fun stuff going on. So or you just need a few more subs, Wild, whichever way you look at it. Either way, I'm looking forward to whichever resolution it is that you get to the go wild goal. Go live wild goal. I'm curious to see what you got to share with us. I'm very curious. So or get her 4 more. She only needs 4 more, for real. Look what we're doing. I can guarantee somebody will watch this back and be like, oh, boo. Chubby Hubby's been making some videos too. Okay, there's another one, you guys. And he's definitely not doing it because he wants to go live or have your subs or anything, but Chubby Hubby makes some of the most hilarious videos you have ever seen in your life. The bird bath video, if you've hesitated and not clicked on that, hesitate no more and give it a click. He just introduced us to his big red tumbler, and that was kind of a neat little video where he talks about salvaging it from reloaders, ammunition reloaders, and repurposing it for rocks and things like that. It's just neat. His video making style is very neat. Ma's making videos. Be sure to go check her out. She's like the Steve Irwin of the animal kingdom. Whether it's a spider or a crap-talking goose. She's like the Steve Irwin of the animal world, brought to you by Rocks. Oh. Of the countdowns for the telephone charity drives on TV. It kind of does, doesn't it, Ryan? Sandmaker, welcome. Glad you could peek in here for the last little, it always gets a little weird towards the end, and it's definitely doing a little of that. Right on, Minty. Way to be. And thank you to those wrenches who are out there doing the wrenchity wrench things. You're the best wrenches a girl could ever ask for. In fact, I'm gonna shake the lemon for that. Yeah. Shake the lemon for the wrenches, just cause they don't get enough attention for the hard work they're doing. I think I get like one more little swig here, and then it'll be time to go fill the cup up. Yeah, sometimes you just don't know. I mean, as a wrench too, I've went to go share some of those other channels, and I click on the channel, the new person's link or whatever, and they don't make any videos. They just don't. And so there's no point in go sub to Freeform. Agree, Ma. There's no point in putting that into the chat, go sub to so-and-so if they're actually just here to enjoy the company and not, they don't have a goal in any way, shape, or form of making videos. So I try to refrain from sharing some of those channels, but, unless somebody says, puts the link in the chat, sometimes you don't know that person is making videos or that they're doing a dang good job of it. You just, sometimes it sneaks under your radar. And there are a lot of rock hounding channels. And so like Sandmaker, no videos, great member of the community, just that's not Sandmaker's goal, right? So, or whatever, whoever. So when it comes time to who are we missing out and stuff, sometimes I'll get hit with like a whole bunch of new channels. I'll be in somebody's chat where they've got all kinds of new people in the chat that I've never seen before. And the wrenches are going through and picking out who makes videos and who doesn't make videos and sharing those out and things, you know. So it's actually kind of cool. Like, if you're like, well, I actually didn't, Ryan for quite a while. I didn't know that Ryan was making videos. And believe it or not, Ma, I didn't know Ma was making videos until Chubby Hubby was like, I'll share it when she saved the spider. I'll share the video. I was like, what? So some of that stuff that seems super obvious, sometimes you just don't know until somebody says it out loud or puts it in the chat or whatever, you know. I mean, it didn't dawn on you, and it just smacks you upside the head like, what? Ma's making videos, and she's like the, you know, Steve Irwin of the nature, like. Yeah, and like Ma says, she's not taking it seriously because she's really focused on enjoying the rocks and the rock work that she's doing, but she enjoys randomness and occasional silliness and jewelry. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's hard kind of sometimes to balance the two, right? Excuse my sniff there. At least I finally got rid of the frog that was in my throat at the beginning. Well worth watching. Opal Guy says he posted a like aerospace stuff, lunar orbit mission stuff, 2-minute long video on his channel that's very well worth watching. If you're interested, go check that out. So yeah, you just never know what you're gonna learn on it. If you're not careful, you learn something new every day. For example, some of you learned today that Wild makes videos, and she'd love to share more with us. So go check her out. Do that thing. Yeah, and you know, Bear doesn't make a lot of videos anymore, but yeah, he could if he wanted to, and some of his older content is worth going back and peeking at once in a while. Yeah, so lots going on. Opal Guy makes great videos too, you guys. Be sure to follow him. Really cool editing technique. Really cool subject matter and presentation. So yeah, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you really just, you see these people every day, and they've become such an integrated part of the community that you just don't know, right? So yeah, like I say, sometimes if you just don't say it out loud. So yeah, let me give some shouts out to some of these channels that are wonderful and worth following. And if I'm missing anybody and I don't know, then please put it in the chat, because I'd love to stumble across such a treasure, right? And Ryan's right. If you want Ma to make a video, ask a specific question on how to do something, or maybe whatever, she will, if she likes you. Your hand is tired? Was your hand raised? Were you raising your hand? Minty, I think I'm gonna probably split the sale and do half of the sale on Wednesday and half of the sale on Sunday. That way, if you're working on Sunday, you don't miss you maybe have an opportunity for Wednesday, or if you work on Wednesday, maybe you have an opportunity for Sunday. So I'm thinking possibly this coming Sunday and the following Wednesday, or possibly the following Wednesday and the following Sunday is kind of what I'm thinking. So keep your eyes and ears open and peeled for updates and information on that. Make sure you got the bell on and the notifications on, so that when that happens, so when that happens, you don't miss it. And if you do miss it, if you happen to miss both sales and you're like, guess what? My days off are Monday and Tuesday, and I missed both your sales, and you see something here, you know, you're like, but boy, it just broke my heart to see all of the tumbles go and not be able to get one. Then message me in the comments of one of those videos, and I'll do the very best that I can to, you like the tumbled petwood, I've got plenty more. So if you missed the sale and you didn't get one, message me. And if I don't have one that's exactly like this, that, or the other, I might have something that's very similar or maybe even better. So by all means, you guys, if you miss it, but you see something that you really liked, please do leave a comment or send an email or something. I'll love to make it right. I think it was Daniel Plays with Rocks on our last sale. He was having internet issues and he was trying so hard to get into the chat and say things, and his internet just kept crashing. And he had sent a message to one of the other members in the chat that his internet kept crashing and that he was, you know, sadly unable to participate in the sale no matter how much he wanted to. And as a group, we all were like, hey, put that, you know, gift that to Daniel. There were just a couple of those. And then, like, I promised everybody, I was like, you guys, that sucks for Daniel. And I'm going to make sure he gets, you know, gets something out of the deal. So I put him together just a little package of some of this and some of that, you know, and made sure that he was included in that. So, oh, it was you and Daniel, yes, and we were trying so hard to help him. I felt terrible. You guys, crap like that happens. What if it was your day off and you have the notification on and you get called into work and you can't make it, you know, like, oh my gosh, you don't have to miss out. So, you know, reach out to somebody in the community, to reach out to me before, after, in the middle, whatever, and we'll do the best we can to make you included in however, whatever capacity that is that you wanted to be included in. So even if it's just, you know, one little bag of tumbles and you know, shipping and handling, I don't care. I don't care if you feel like it's just a small sale or if it's a huge sale. It doesn't matter. If you saw something you wanted and you were unable to be a live participant, having internet issues, having work or family or life issues or whatever it is, I'd be more than happy to put you something aside or to dig you something out later and make sure that you don't have to feel like that was sad for you. Right? And so, like, Wild's gonna miss Sunday, so let's try to get her, you know, I do think I have an idea of some things that Wild would be very interested in having, and so, you know, we could work that out on the Discord, I guess. Cindy is here. Oh my gosh, Cindy, I've missed you and been thinking about you lately. I'm glad you're here. Hugs and love to you too. Yeah, that kind of thing. Same thing, Ma. If you can't make it and you just want to spend, you know, a few bucks and this is what you had in mind, let me know. I'd be more than happy to go high grade everything I got and pick you out something I think you might like. So, and if you don't like it, just say pass, you know. Cindy, do you make videos? Does Cindy make videos? Cheeseburger. I don't know what that is, but I said it. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. But Wild was saying if you'd link your channel, she'd go sub to you. But and if that's something you're interested, by all means, link your channel. But yeah. Yet, right? She doesn't make videos yet. So hit the button if you want to know when and if she does. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. Oh, is it a thing that Cindy and Ma have with the cheeseburger? I like the cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Oh, my girl. I'm sorry to hear that. No one likes the C word. Not ever. No one likes it. It sucks. It's the biggest suck of all. So, yeah, like I said, I've been thinking about you. I knew you weren't necessarily having the time of your life, and it's been, like I say, you've crossed my mind lately, so. for future awesome videos. Way to go, Ma. It's really a chonker. Yeah, Cindy, we're thinking about you. And Wild's got some advice there for you, and yeah, many well wishes headed your direction for sure. Many well wishes from the chat to Cindy, from the community to Cindy. We're glad to hear that. They've come a long way in how they deal with that lately, and thank God for that, because it's no longer as scary a word as it maybe was when we were growing up, but it still is just the pits. Yuck. And like Opal Guy says, you can do it. In so many ways that applies to life. You can do it. Yes, in so many ways that applies to your life. You can do it. If you think you cannot get through this Wednesday, hear me in the back of your mind saying, you can do it. If you think you can't get through the rest of this week, hear me in the back of your mind saying, you can do it. If you think you can't get through that, Cindy, hear us in the back of your mind saying, you can do it. That might be awesome from the get-go. Who knows? So it grows slowly, but it grows. You know what, Opal Guy? That's okay. That's okay. A slow growth is a quality growth, in my opinion, on Facebook. Cynthia, welcome. Goodness gracious, we've got peeps from everywhere that are popping in today that are wonderful, wonderful fam. I think on YouTube that slow growth is not a bad thing, because that's genuine, actual community growth, right? Rather than just like you happen to make a video that went viral and people hit the thumb, but they just aren't, they're not really connected to you in that way. So that overnight explosion of subs, I don't know if that's necessarily the way to go. I think that slow progressive growth is definitely more genuine. So congratulations, Opal Guy. It grows slowly like a seed. It starts out like a tiny little seed, and the next thing you know, you got a whole oak tree. Yes, it does that. Yes, it does that, Opal Guy. Yeah, that true community is yeah, it's worth more than any of the numbers and the statistics and the, all of that, algorithms and things like, yeah, that genuine connection and quality and community is definitely, that's the treasure. That's the pure gold. Good job, Opal Guy. And like Chubby Hubby said, fast to grow is often fast to fade. So you definitely make a point there. Yep. I make content for me as well too, but it's fun to see others enjoying it. Agreed. Fact. Absolute fact. Yeah. No one watches my videos more than me. No, I'm the opposite of that. I've got a few that when I go back and rewatch, I'm like, dang, I'm real proud of that video, and I could watch it and watch it and watch it. And then there's a few more that I'm like, why did that video get so many likes? That's the worst video I ever put out. So sometimes I enjoy watching my videos back, and another time, by the time I'm done editing them, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, by the time I'm done editing them, sometimes I don't want to watch it again. Ever. Yes, Cynthia, that's great. My passion for silver and rocks is not for popularity. I enjoy it and enjoy watching what everybody else is doing too. Yeah, exactly. You watch a 20-minute video 3 times, making sure you didn't make any errors. Exactly. That's an hour of your day, and after watching that same video for an hour, or more. Sometimes you're just like, yeah, just send it the way it is. I could probably make more improvements and more improvements and more improvements, but if I did, I'd never send it. And if I did, I'd know I'm about to be at the point where I never want to watch it again, let alone give it to you guys to watch. I'll be right back. I gotta go fill up my cup. Oh, goodness, yes. That is wonderful. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Coffee is wonderful. Oh, for sure, Cindy, right? I forgot about Appreciate Your Pants Day. Oh, isn't that something? Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, just upload it, Ryan, right? Like, just send it. Oh, gosh. And then 10 hours to edit it. Yeah, right? Oh, Cindy, I'm still laughing about Cindy's Appreciate Your Pants, Cindy. That was the greatest story ever written. It actually had no point and zero value, and it's your most watched video. I'll never understand the algorithms, Bear says. Yes. I will never, ever, ever forget Appreciate Your Pants Day, says Cindy. Thank you, Jennifer, for hanging out. Hopefully this probably made you smile right in the middle of your week, I hope. So, yes. Cindy, I'm still not over it. Oh, shoot. That was great. Whew. Okay. So, you guys have heard of the bag sale, where you get a bag and you fill it with some stuff and you pay, $1 a bag or whatever. That's kind of going to be the theme of the sale. Most everything is going to kind of, like I say, already be kind of bagged and priced and tagged. That way we can kind of move through stuff pretty quickly. Like I say too, I'll probably just do a board where we'll put 1, 2, 3 of them out on the thing, and we'll let everybody go, that sort of thing. Thank you, Karen. Yes. She building things. She's lighting stuff on fire over there. It's highly entertaining over at Karen's, in case you haven't stopped by. You should go stop by Karen's. She was on her way, I think she said, to come play that ukulele. So I actually got a notification while I was here with you guys that the band is going to have a gig here in my local town on the 12th. I'm so excited. We got a brand new managers at the bar downtown here, whatever. And they're a couple from Idaho. They're absolutely charming and wonderful. And they've been doing a really good job running the bar as the new managers over there. And it sounds like they've booked a gig with my guitar player, who tells us all what to do, and we just follow him around. So it sounds like we'll be doing one here locally here really soon. That's exciting. What was I saying before all that? Oh, the sale. There's definitely going to be some, intermissions and some pauses where we will run some auctions where you guys can go ahead and just, bid with each other increments of, whatever you want. I don't care, a penny or whatever, 75 cents, whatever, you guys can argue and scrabble over some of those if you can, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, a lot of it will be pre-bagged, pre-tagged, pre-priced. That way there's no, trying to label rocks with, this is for so-and-so and gift to so-and-so. It's really easy to do if they're all in a little bag, and I can just put a note with the bags. So yeah, I've got a couple gigs coming up. Of course, we always do St. Patrick's Day. That's a fun one, and that's coming right up at Sweetgrass. Usually we play up at the Glock. And that's always a fun one. Our local crowd up there is great. Cindy, come on down to the border on St. Patrick's Day. You could probably hear us. We'll open the doors if it's nice, and you might even be able to hear us that 2 blocks down up into Coots. So, yeah. Do I accept opal dust as trade? That's a very curious question, isn't it? I might trade you some opal dust to trade with somebody who could use some opal dust. You guys, tell me about it. Wednesdays I do this. And like I was telling my mom, I was like, technically you really should start your live like an hour before you start your live. You should have a thumbnail picture and a video description and a live started. You know, if I want to go live at noon, I put it up at 11. That way it's got time for YouTube to process it and send out the notification to everybody. And you guys got time to get that notification and be like, oh yeah, it's time to go build a brew and a cozy blanket and curl up in Prairie Girl's living room with her today. So I do actually start what I do at like 11 and then run my live, which it's almost 2 o'clock here now. I'll spend maybe a couple hours because I'm kind of in go mode after I finish my live. I'll spend just a little bit of time maybe labeling and tagging some rocks, or maybe cutting something or some things like that. And then I'll take a quick little timeout because my eyes by the end of my Wednesday nights have had so much screen time, it's just ridiculous. Then 5 o'clock is loosely when the meteorite meeting starts. So we all start checking in, piling in at about 5. It doesn't actually start till 5:30, but we get a little bit of pre-chat in there about if there's anything, you know, hey, there was an earthquake in California. Did you feel it? Oh, did you guys see the Northern Lights? Or did you read that article about the moon thing that, you know, things like that. We have some pre-chat, right? And then we have a very kind of scheduled curriculum that we'll run through for tonight's recorded part of the show. And then once that's all said and done, then we just have a free-for-all, a hangout show and tell where, you know, oftentimes Professor Pat is showing us some often showing us some microscope stuff, and we're chatting and talking about what we're seeing through the microscope with each other, or, you know, just whatever. Look at this new thing I got, you know, whatever, after chat. But I'm not joking, you guys. That after chat between the recorded part of our hangout and the after part of the hangout sometimes can go till like midnight. It's gone even later than that, which is 6 hours of a Zoom meeting, in case you didn't do the math. So a 6-hour Zoom meeting plus a, 11, 12, 1, 2 or 3 hour live on, my morning. By the time I'm done with my Wednesday, I'm just like, my eyes are melting out of my head. Oh, sometimes we do talk about meteorology. It's so cringy, most of that, though, that we would rather be talking about the meteorites, Ryan. But once in a while. Me? Am I close to Scobie, or are you talking about somebody else here? Yes, me. Yes, you. No, not really. I mean, yes and no. Montana's a big state. I'm a good hour and a half, 2 hours away from the nearest anything. And that being like Great Falls, Havre. Those are some of the bigger towns that I live closer to, but they're still, like I say, like an hour and a half away. So I live like right up on the Canadian border, like literally a stone's throw from Canada, in the very like center part of Montana's northern border. So if you say north, central, Montana is where I live. Interesting, Wild. Three Forks is wonderful part of the state. There's a dude in Three Forks called Jim's House of Horns, and he's got one of the world's largest shed antler collections, and it's quite something to see. We could throw stones at each other. Screw that international shipping. Anybody got stones they want me to go throw at Cindy? And you've never seen it? Wild, I guarantee. That's what they call God's country. That's the mountain part of. That's actually like the mountain plains like meeting zone right there, and it is some of the most beautiful country in the entire state. It is darn pretty through there. Yeah, so you should, yeah. I mean, Google Earth it or something. I mean, at least to have a little look at it. But yeah, Three Forks is beautiful, beautiful part of the state. That's the part of the state where there's actually trees and rivers and when you come up to do that, let me know. Wild. I may or may not be able to meet you, but that'd be wonderful. They call it Three Forks because there's 3 river forks right there, so we could do some river hunting if you wanted to. I don't know what kind of rocks are in the rivers there, but it'd be worth having a look, wouldn't it? Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, if you need anything while you're up here, do not hesitate to shout out. I like having 3 forks when all you need's a spoon. Ha ha, Opal guy, ba-dum-bump. Shaking the lemon for that. And Cindy says she'll come down too. Heck yeah, Cindy. Cindy says she'll bring some Aero bars too. And some coffee crisps and some Kit Kats. And some ketchup chips. Isn't it though? Isn't it ironic? I love that. Oh, so yeah, there's you know, the prairie part of Montana, and then there's the mountain part of Montana. I was trying to tell Bear too that those are they're almost like 2 different states, and they're definitely 2 different populations, right? Bear was asking me, Carrie Prairie Girl Lobby, yeeting packages up into Canada for Cindy. Oh, goodness. You know, what was I going to say about that right before Bear said that, though? Oh, there's 2 populations of Montana. So I was telling the story about giving my kid's friend a ride home the other night and how it was just like basically like trailblazing through the drifts out in the middle of nowhere. Like you couldn't even see the road. I'm like, am I going the right way? And he's like, yeah. He's like, why don't you guys drive snowmobiles? And I'm like, there are a few, and we do a little, but you wouldn't want to do that on a sled. And I was trying to tell Bear, because we'd freeze to death in the 30, 40 below degrees, plus the wind chill makes it like 60 or 80 below. And then if you add motion to that wind chill, now you're moving with a snowmobile. If you're hitting into that headwind, like, you'll die. It'll just kill you. You'll just be dead. You'll be unalived. And I'm trying to tell Bear, I'm like, they drive snowmobiles in the mountains where the wind isn't terrible and the temperature's not quite as brutal. I'm like, the mountain people drive the snowmobiles and have the snowmobile parties. The prairie people, not so much. So, yeah, the Three Forks is like right on that line. It's a beautiful place. Canadian Express. I love that, Bear. Drone drop. Oh, they might actually be pissed about that, but pretty sure if no one was looking. Besides that, I have friends that cross every day, and I don't know why I've never taken advantage of that. I've got a friend who lives right here in town and works in Canada. She literally crosses every day. There's no reason why she couldn't take a package up and drop it off at a local business or something. She gets up to like Cardston and stuff sometimes too, Cindy. There's no reason why she couldn't leave it at, a gas station and you come pick it up in the next couple of days or something, right? I should go with her. Yes, I should. Yes, I should. Last time I went into Canada was when I went up and got all the saw and the rocks and stuff, and it was still a weird time when you could get up with like a birth certificate and a social security card and stuff like that. But seeing a guy you work with lives in Cardston, they wouldn't even have to meet each other. She could literally drop the package off at the gas station and tell the clerk there's going to be a guy to come pick this up, in a few hours or whatever, and he could go pick it up. So there's no reason why we can't send rocks to Cindy. If you guys feel really super compelled to get rocks up to Cindy but refuse to pay that postage, I think we could work that out. Get in touch. I think we could do that. But I keep losing track of my thoughts. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a rock package. Oh, yeah. I think now they want the real ID to go up into Canada. And I don't have the stupid real ID. I have a state driver's license, but it's not one of those fancy ass, excuse me, real IDs that you need now to fly and do all the things, Catapult. Think outside the box, people. So, I mean, that's fixable enough. I could go apply for a real ID, but yeah, or a passport. I've never had a passport. I don't think I really... Do I need a freaking passport to, literally hop in my car and go 7 miles north? I shouldn't. My gosh. Besides that, if I wait long enough, maybe Cindy will be in the same country. We're going to try to not touch that political thing, not even with a 10-foot pole. That's why I'm covering my mouth and leaving that unsaid. Okay, anyway. Cheers. Cheers to this crazy world. And may laughter be your best medicine, you guys. Seriously. None of us are getting out alive, so you might as well laugh a little. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could just see some of these BP guys that, literally I cross paths with every day as I'm standing up there eating rockets across rockets. I would never, I promise. I won't put the rockets as I'm eating rocks across the border, and they're like, what the hell are you doing? Never mind me. Oh, yeah, you might as well just do the passport and the real ID and the whole thing at the same time so you can do what you need to do there, Wild. I've never been on an airplane though, and so the whole idea of really traveling anywhere that I would need a passport or getting on a plane or anything like that just doesn't seem like something I'm planning. I would like to go down to Arizona for the gem show and things like that, and I think flying would help for me to get to enjoy my time while I was there instead of spending 3 days driving. That's 3 days that I could actually spend at the show. So there may come a time a time and a place for Jahik just put the rocket in the chat. There may come a time or a place where, I'm going to want to do that. And again, it's a simple enough solution, but yeah, I think I might be able to hop in the vehicle with my friend here and head up to Cardston, but I might get the whole 7 miles up there and they say, you go back and get a real ID. We're done with that. So I just don't know. So just don't know right now. Like I say, they may have just recently said we're going to start doing that. I want to make a trip to Florida driving. Whoa. That's a long drive. Rock it. Exactly. Exactly, Ma. Yeah, no, and if that's your plan is to, day 1 to stop at this place, day 2 to stop at this place, day 3 rest, day 4 stop at this place, that's a great way to get from one place to another. For sure. For sure. But if your destination is a timed event such as the rock show, you kind of want to get there and spend your time. And mine isn't just that I want to go to the rock show either. Mine is that I want to go meet the Meteorite crew and hang out and get, quality time with my friends as well. So yeah, so many places to hunt along the way, Wild, for sure. For sure. So depending on what you hope to get out of your trip would very much so depend on whether you'd want to drive or whether you'd want to fly. So yeah, like I say, don't have it. The driving to Arizona part does not at all intimidate me. It's just that, like, taking time from work and things like that, like, I would enjoy more of my time in Arizona if I actually flew rather than drive. So with limited time, that would be my option and my choice. So, but so many places. All right, guys, I think we're going to do it. Like I say, I kind of gave you a little preview, a heads up of what to expect as we move forward in the following week or possibly into the next week. We looked at some fun stuff going on, and of course, it's just, there's always more fun stuff going on. We're going to finish cutting that rock that's in there. And there's, like I say, look, I went and pulled off off the shelf, two rough pieces that could take some more cutting. There's a great big old agate over here that I could run through as well. It's got there's its band. Boom, boom, boom. Stuff happening always. And it's warm enough today that, man, if it didn't just melt that 2 feet of snow that we had and make it an absolute floodplain and mud zone out there, I'd be out there boots on the ground today, soaking up the sun. But I know for a fact that if you set foot outside your truck and off of any gravel road, that you'd literally sink up to your knee or your ankle in mud and stuff. So no, I gotta wait. So, but that's okay. Having a goal to focus on, a goal of we're gonna have a little, bag sale, a spring cleanup sale. Make me a surprise box. Love pet wood and agates. You know what, Wild? I can do that. Do you have an email? Is it in your bio or anything? How can I get in touch with you? Do you Discord? Wild. It's all dried up here. Cindy was literally hanging on through the Chinook winds the other night, wondering if it was going to blow her away. The wind was good for drying up the mud, or the, Discord. Very good. I'm going to make a note. Get a hold of you on Discord. Yeah, we could work something out, definitely, for sure, Wild. Like I say, you've made some comments here and there, and I definitely, they haven't fallen upon deaf ears. I do kind of think I remember some of the things that you were looking at in the past, so I'll try to see if I can scrounge some of that up for you. The lake in my yard is all gone. Good. Lake Cindy was, but is no longer, guys. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's a little like that right here, right now, still. So it is very much like there are lakes that don't actually exist in people's yards right now. So, and Betty, welcome. Thanks for popping in and saying hello from the road. You're just in time for the song and the salutations. So we got some pretty rocks. Let's see. Let's grab a few of them. And we'll sing the song and do the things. Like I say, we've got a little bit of a goal to work for this week, trying to get everything ready for a sale and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll keep me from being too tempted to go bury myself in the mud somewhere. Yeah, it's coming. I can feel it, but it's not quite here yet. It's not quite here yet. And like I say, in the meantime, let's get a little bit of a fresh start so that we can do it all over again. Rinse and repeat. All right, guys, let's do the song. Let's say the goodbyes, and thank you guys so much. It was lovely having you all over this afternoon. I'm glad you all stopped by, and we'll do it again very, very soon. Hopefully this made your middle of your week a little bit better, put a smile on your face, and maybe even made you laugh for good medicine. So, pretty rocks out on the prairie, pretty rocks are everywhere, pretty rocks for us to look at, pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty, and they all are everywhere. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. And in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind of a rock hound. Aw, Bear. I'm right behind you there, buddy. Sorry. All right, we're going to do the thing in the boop. Ready for the boop? Be well, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace, hippie.